Yo guys, what's up? I got the plays for you guys for the NBA playing games on Wednesday. Again, in this video, I got 6 free plays for you guys that we're going to hop into very quickly. First, before we do, to recap how we did on Tuesday, obviously we didn't do great. However, Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero absolutely played horribly, super unlucky. It's literally both of their worst games in the last 3 months. So very unlucky there. And then Jaw literally just missed because he got hurt and he was barely able to walk. So other than that, we killed the other 3 plays. So I think we could do way better today, and I think we will do way better. So make sure to drop a like on this video, guys. It's free. It takes 1 second to do. I'd really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe. I post these free pick videos for you every single day, and we have been doing insanely well in the NBA within the last couple weeks here on this channel. So again, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of the future free pick videos, including the NBA playoff videos. Before we get into the picks, though, real quick, if you guys are new to the channel, you guys are watching this video right now because you want to make money sports betting. You can make guaranteed money within 5 minutes right now. I'm not kidding. Look at the screen right here. All you have to do is make sure you live in one of these white or gray states on this map, including even parts of Canada. If you do, that means you could download the Sleeper app or the Chalkboard app. You could just download both, honestly, which I would highly recommend. When you download these apps, it's going to ask you right away if you have a promo code. Just type in code GHOST right here. It's the same code on both apps. It's at the bottom of the screen. Type in code GHOST. Just make sure you actually type that in before you deposit. So many people mess that up, and you can't go back and fix it afterwards. So if you want your free money, you have to make sure to type in code GHOST before you deposit. But as long as you do, Sleeper and Chalkboard will both give you a $100 deposit match and 2 free plays. So Sleeper, you get a free Anthony Davis square, and then Chalkboard, you get a free DeMar DeRozan square. So again, guys, I will leave the links down below in the description and comments of this video for both of these apps, but I would highly recommend it. It's going to take you 5 minutes to do absolute max. And again, you could get up to $200 for completely free and 2 free squares as well. It's going to be very hard for you to lose money betting on the NBA today if you have $200 and 2 free squares. So make sure to go down below, download both those apps using code GHOST to get all that free money and squares. But let's hop into the plays. So like I said, I think we could do way better today than we did on Tuesday. I really do think we just got very unlucky on Tuesday. So I'm hoping we could hit at least 4 out of these 6 plays today. Realistically, I want to hit at least 5 though. But let's hop into this first play, which is going to be Josh Giddey. We're going to be taking him over on his points at 18.5. Playing Miami here, this game should be pretty good. I actually think this is probably going to be the better game out of the 2. The spread on this game right now is 1, so they're expecting it to be a very close, very intense game. Every starter, especially Josh Giddey, should play well over 35 minutes in this game. And Josh Giddey has played Miami 3 times this year. He has dropped 24, 26, and 28 points, including the last game he played against Miami. So 24, 26, and 28 points is what he scored. So we're taking him over at 18.5 here. I just think this line's way too low. Miami, ever since Jimmy Butler left, is one of the worst defenses in the entire league at defending opposing guards, which is a really big reason why Josh Giddey's been able to just go off on them this year. But again, in a very close, intense, competitive game where we should see him play an insane amount of minutes, and he's already killed them 3 times this year, I expect nothing less here for him to go over 18.5. He's one of those players that, yes, he's killed them 3 times, but Miami's not going to be double teaming him the whole game by any means or anything like that. So I still expect him to have relatively right around the same productivity that he did the last 3 times he played Miami. So Josh Giddey over his points right there. That's going to be the first play. The second play is going to be Tyler Herro. We're going to be taking him over his points at 24.5. So kind of similar situation. He also obviously just played Chicago, and he had 30 points in that game, played really well. Chicago gives up the second most amount of points in the entire league to opposing shooting guards. So obviously that's really, really good for us. It's literally one of the easiest matchups you could possibly have. Now, he hasn't gone over this line every time he's played Chicago this year, but the fact that he just dropped 30 on them literally like a week ago, and this is a playoff game. If you lose, you go home, right? So I really do like Tyler Herro to go over his line at 24.5 here. I just think he's going to be taking a ton of shots. This last game where he dropped 30 against them, I want to say he had like 24 or 26 field goal attempts. I expect him to have somewhere around that same ballpark. So for him to go over 24.5 makes a lot of sense. Like I just said, he should get right around that line in field goal attempts. So if he does that, as long as he's making his shots, as long as he's shooting right around his average percentages, which is pretty high on the season, he should be able to go over 24.5. And again, it's an away game. Normally in away games, the star players do end up taking a lot more shots and they end up playing a lot better. Home games, role players kind of play a lot better. So Tyler Herro on the road, over 24.5 points against Chicago. I like that play a lot right there. Now, the other plays I have for you guys, I have one more normal line, and then the other three are going to be goblin plays. The last normal line I have for you is going to be DeMar DeRozan over his free throws made. 5.5 is the line for DeMar DeRozan. I love this line. I think this line is way too low at 5.5. If you've watched any Kings games this year, it honestly feels like every time he goes down the court, he's trying to foul bait almost every single time. I just watched Jimmy Butler shoot 18 free throws tonight. I've been watching SGA shoot like 15 free throws every night the entire season long. If you've watched the NBA at all this season, you know that these refs are calling fouls pretty much every single time up and down the court. DeMar DeRozan slashes, drives to the hoop a ton. One of the, drives more than almost anybody in the entire league. And he does get fouled a lot. If you look throughout the season, other than these last two games right here, if you just look at his average throughout the season so far, almost every single game that he doesn't get at least six free throws made, he's still getting 4 or 5. He's basically going to get really close to that line, if not over, almost every single game. But in a playoff game against Dallas, I expect him to be driving and get fouled a ton. We see players get fouled throughout the season. They foul bait. They take a lot of free throws. They get in the playoffs and they take double or triple the amount of free throws they normally do. Again, Jimmy Butler is a perfect example of that. I think DeMar DeRozan is going to do that, really similarly. And I would not be shocked if he hits this line. It wouldn't be shocking if he does it in the first half, if he plays how I expect him to play. So over 5.5 free throws made, I really like that for DeMar DeRozan. Now the three goblins I have, the first one, we could go through these pretty quickly. There's not too much to explain. The first one's going to be Anthony Davis over rebounds at 8.5, I want to say. So yeah, 8.5. We're going to be taking him over there. The last 3 times he went against Sabonis, he absolutely killed his rebounds, had like 15, 19. So just absolutely crushes his rebounds against Sabonis. And he goes over that line pretty much every game he plays, normal minutes. So I like that play a lot right there. The next play I have is going to be Vucevic over his rebounds at, I also want to say 8.5. So I think I have him at 8.5 or 7. I have him at 7.5. So we're going to be taking him at 7.5. You guys can see he's gone over this 5 games in a row. He's played Miami twice this season. He had 11 rebounds in both of those games. So I expect him to do the same thing here. He should get 10 plus rebounds. So over 7.5, I definitely really like. And then the last play I have is going to be Bam, and we're going to be taking him over his points at 14.5. Chicago all season long has been one of the worst defenses in the entire league at defending opposing centers. He's had at least 18 all 3 games against Chicago this year. So 14.5 is really low. He should absolutely kill this. So I really like 14.5. I think that's just an extra, little cherry on top. A lot of people don't really like betting on goblins. I like it. You throw 3 little goblins in, that should definitely hit, and then it bumps the play all the way up to pretty much a 10x play instead of a 5x. So I really like doing that. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but I really do like throwing 3 goblins in that I actually really like these goblins, and it bumps it to almost a 10x play. So even though we got 3 goblins, I do really like the payout at basically 10x. So that's going to be the 6 plays I have for you guys for these games on Wednesday. Again, make sure to drop a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Hoping to do better here and go at least 4 for 6, if not 5 for 6, or who knows, sweep the entire slate and go 6 for 6 on these plays. But again, just make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Before we get out of here, last thing I want to remind you guys is even before these games start, you can make guaranteed free money right now. Make sure to download these apps, use code GHOST, get $200 for free and 2 free plays, guys. It literally doesn't get easier than that. I made actually thousands, if I'm being honest, thousands of dollars just off deposit matches of all of these different apps. It's the best thing you could do. It's super quick. It's super easy. And they literally just throw free money at you just by hopping on their app. So literally 5 minutes, make sure to use code GHOST. And again, $200 for free and 2 free squares. Other than that, these are the 6 plays I have for you guys for the games on Wednesday. Good luck with all your bets, and I'll catch you next video.